We're going to continue looking at how to multiply polynomials. This is the homework page that we do within my classroom. So I'm only going to do a couple of the examples. I'll use the distribution method and I'll use the box method. So again, those two methods will work each time. You just have to pick whichever one you're more comfortable with using. Some students in the past have liked distribution. Other students like the box. It's really not a big deal, whichever one you so desire to use. So for instance, if I want to simplify the following, writing them in standard form, here we have in problem number 1, x times 2x squared minus 3x plus 9. Everything inside parentheses, so I look to see if I can combine anything, which I cannot. I got x squared, I got x, and straightforward number 9. So no adding or subtracting going on. But on the outside, I can multiply the x times everything inside. So the x will be distributed. So x times the 2x squared, x times the minus 3x, x times the positive 9. X times 2x squared. Again, no number in front of x, so I can automatically presume there's the number 1 out front. Same with the exponent. I don't see an exponent, so we can use the magic number 1. So if I do 1x to the first power times 2x squared, I multiply our numbers. 1 times 2 gives me 2. X times x squared, I add my exponents. 1 plus 2 gives me x to the third. And then I multiply the 1x times the minus 3x. So 1 times minus 3 will give me minus 3. X times x, 1 plus 1. Now we have x squared. And then we have 1x times positive 9. Again, number times letter, we just smush them together. So we get 2x cubed minus 3x squared plus 9 using distribution. Number 2, we'll do the same thing, only I'll use the box method in this one. So using the box method, I'm only going to, well, in this case, I'm only going to use distribution. I only use the box method if I'm multiplying 2 items times 2 items, 2 items times 3, 3 items times 3 items. Anytime it's a monomial times a binomial, I'm going to use distribution. So number 2, I'll distribute the x squared. X squared times x, I'll add my exponents. So x being the base, 2 plus 1 gives me x cubed. And then x squared times a positive 6. I just put them together. So plus 6x. And then 1 being on the outside of the parentheses is going to come down along for the right, so plus 1. Next up, do I combine any like terms? X cubed, x, number. The answer is no. I'll skip number 3 because, again, it's just distribution. And we'll take a look at number 4. 4 will be similar to 5, 6, and 7. It's a binomial times a binomial. I'll tell you what, I'll do 2 of these. One will be distribution, the other will be box method. So using distribution, the item in our first parentheses, whatever they are, will be multiplied times both guys in the second set of parentheses. So I might as well start with the x. I'll multiply the x. X times x gives me x squared. And I also have to multiply it times that minus 3. So again, distribution means whatever's in this side of the parenthesis is going to be multiplied times both inside the other set of parentheses. So x times x, x times minus 3. So I'll get minus 3x. Next up, we still have this positive 2. So I'm going to do the same thing with the positive 2. It gets multiplied times both items in the other set of parentheses. So 2 times x, I get plus 2x. And then 2 times negative 3 will give me minus 6. What I'll do now is I'll look for like terms, which in this case we see we have minus 3x plus 2x. I'll just add my numbers. So x squared is on the outside. Add my numbers. Negative 3 plus 2 will give me a minus 1x minus 6. So that's using distribution with a binomial times a binomial. If I were to use the box method, let's take a look at number 5 here, box method. What we want to do is we make a nice little box. And what we do is what's inside one parentheses we'll put along this side, and then whatever's in the other parentheses we'll put along the top. So I'll put y and minus 5 along the side of this box here, and 2y and a positive 3. And I'm going to separate it so that way there I have 4 different boxes. So this means whatever's on this side times whatever's up top here. So we have y times 2y, which would be 2y squared. We have y times 3, so a positive 3y. And then we'll do negative 5 times 2y, so minus 10y. And negative 5 times 3, minus 15. Inside the box, I look for like terms. I see I have positive 3y and minus 10y in the middle here. So whatever's on the outside of my circle is going to be part of my answer. So 2y squared, I didn't circle, so it's going to come down. I'll add the 3y and the minus 10y. We get minus 7y. And then minus 15 being on the outside is part of my answer. So that's using the box method for a binomial times binomial. So distribution, the process remains the same, whether it's 2 items times 2 items, or 2 items times 3 items, or 3 items times 2 items. It really doesn't matter. Whatever's first in the parenthesis, I multiply times everything in the other parenthesis, and then whatever would be next, I multiply times everything inside parentheses as well. For instance, number 8 will be the last one that I do here. We have p minus 2 times p squared plus 3p minus 1. Now we can use distribution or the box method. Sometimes the box method is a little bit nicer because you can see everything going on here. So if we use the box method, we're going to end up with a rectangular shape because we're really going to end up with 3 terms, in our case along the top, with 2 terms along the side. So p minus 2, and then we have p squared, positive 3p, with a minus 1 there. So we basically split it up, so I'm going to multiply p times everything up top, and the negative 2 times everything up top. So p times p squared will give me p cubed. P times 3p, positive 3p squared. P times negative 1, and negative p. And then I'll look at the negative 2. Negative 2 times p squared, minus 2p squared. Negative 2 times 3p, minus 6p. Negative 2 times negative 1, I end up with a positive 1. Negative times negative makes positive. From here, we'll circle the like terms. Again, like terms being variables that have the same exponent. So in this case, we have 3p squared and minus 2p squared. And we also have negative p and minus 6p. So I actually have I have two combinations going on here. So again, outside parentheses, they're standing alone. So p cubed will be first. I'll combine my p squareds. 3p squared minus 2p squared is a positive 1p squared. Negative p minus 6p minus 7p. And then 1 being on the outside plus 1. So that's using the box method for binomial times trinomial. Number 9 is a trinomial times a binomial. We'd be doing the same thing with the box method. Box method for binomial times binomial. Notice the 2 guys on the side, 2 guys up top. And then distribution, first guy times both in the other parentheses, and then the second number times both in parentheses. And that is multiplying with polynomials.